Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast. Before we get started, you know what time it is. Go ahead, if you're right here on YouTube, click that subscribe, that like, and that notification bell so you can be up to date when new episodes drop, and you can keep getting this good content that we're working to give you, okay? If you were looking for the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, type in the Format Podcast in the search bar, and give us a look. We should come up eventually, right? Hopefully higher rather than lower. But anyway, yeah, just give us a look. The Format Podcast. We should come up. Please make sure you give us that 5-star review and give us that comment, whether it's on your audio podcast platform or right here on YouTube. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And let's get to it. NBA is and pretty much always has been a players' league. But with that said, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I believe the NBA has given the players way too much power. But once you give it, you can't take it back. So this is problematic. And I think Adam Silver knows that, and the owners know it. And this is why we've heard from multiple NBA insiders, Stephen A. Smith, Chris Broussard, and more, that the next round of CBAs, collective bargaining agreements, the NBA owners are going to be coming for blood, and they're going to be attacking the players. So I can't wait to see how that one turns out. Anyway, why am I saying all this? Because you got a guy named Kyrie Irving who decided that he wanted to go play in Brooklyn with his buddy Kevin Durant, and they got to the Nets. He grew up a Nets fan in New Jersey, Kyrie Irving, one of the most talented players in the league in terms of tremendous handle, ability to make shots from all areas of the floor. When he wants to, a tremendous passer, doesn't really defend, but most players in the modern NBA don't defend, so I don't really hold that against him. Just a really great, I'm not going to call him a point guard, I'm going to call him a short shooting guard, a scoring guard, let's say that. Very few true point guards left. But anyway, Kyrie Irving, everywhere he's been, and people have called me a hater for saying this, but let's be real. The guy's a cancer. Everywhere he's been, it's been problematic. Now, he won a championship in Cleveland, but he won that with LeBron. Prior to LeBron getting there, he pretty much did nothing. Once LeBron got there, he won a championship with him, but there are stories that you can check of him going weeks at a time without speaking to teammates. That doesn't sound like a very good teammate to me. Forces his way out, works a trade to Boston after winning that championship. Side note, let me make this clear. Kyrie Irving is a tremendous player. I want to say he averaged like 27 points a game in the 2016 finals where they beat Golden State, and arguably made one of the biggest shots in NBA finals history over Steph Curry from that right deep wing for three to pretty much seal the game and win the championship. Another quick side note, that's twice somebody made huge shots in game sevens to seal championships for LeBron. Well, okay. Ray Allen made that shot in game 6, but the Spurs would have won the championship if not for that. But anyway, not taking a dig at LeBron here. Yeah, I probably was. But anyway, no, his guys did what they were supposed to do, I suppose, just like some people are going to argue Paxson and Kerr did what they were supposed to do for Mike. Not quite apples to apples, but different story anyway. So Kyrie Irving decides he doesn't want to play with LeBron anymore, forces his way out, goes to the Celtics. And the Celtics, he ends up getting hurt there, and the Celtics end up being much better without him. He comes back, the Celtics regress, cancer. And then he forces his way out of there. And he ends up hooking up with his very good friend Kevin Durant, and they go to Brooklyn. Now, quick side note, I'm wondering, Kevin Durant says it was never the Knicks, but if Kyrie Irving had said, let's go to the Knicks, you think Kevin Durant is there? I think so. And another note, why are so many elite players reticent to go play for the Knicks? The reason I say that is it can't be the New York media thing, because we saw guys go to the Nets. So the Knicks, if I was an elite player, I'd want to go there. I would welcome that challenge, because if you win a championship for the Knicks, who haven't won a championship since 1973, you are basketball royalty, not just in New York, but probably globally forever, right? To be able to bring that New York basketball market back and bring a championship back to the quote unquote Mecca of basketball, which is Madison Square Garden. I mean, I don't know, but a lot of guys don't want to do that. I don't know if it's James Dolan or the environment or what, I don't know, but I would if I was an elite player, which obviously I'm not, because I'd be playing instead of sitting here talking to you. But anyway, so yeah, Kyrie Irving and his buddy Kevin Durant end up going to the Nets. and more problems, just problem after problem. Kyrie Irving decides that at times he's feeling bad about what's going on in the world. He doesn't want to play. He gets into the issue where he gets suspended and has to work it out over posting a link to a video sold by Amazon that had anti-Semitic information in it. There's a lot there. I'm not even going to get into that, but it's like everywhere Kyrie Irving goes, it's problem after problem. Like, at what point are people not going to see that this guy is a quote unquote problem child? Now, he comes back and the trade deadline's coming up, and he has now demanded a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. This guy, nerve. Like, I can't believe that he would really have, what Stephen A. Smith say, the temerity, the unmitigated gall to sit back and ask for, or not ask, demand a trade at this point, because allegedly he's looking for a 4-year, $200 million fully guaranteed deal, and the Nets aren't trying to give it to him. The Nets are saying, hey, we'll give you an extension, but there's going to be some caveats, there's going to be some stipulations in the contract, and Kyrie's not trying to hear it. Well, you believe you're such a smart guy. Can you see why they wouldn't be willing to hand you $200 million fully guaranteed just like that? What have you done to earn that? Yeah, you're a tremendous player, but what have you won? Have you brought anything besides conflict and an issue to every team you've been on in the NBA so far? Like, there's got to be some level of self-awareness here. And for a guy who fancies himself the smartest guy in the room and thinks he's so intelligent and is always reading, and I'm not saying the guy doesn't have a good heart, because from what I hear, he does a lot of good things in the community, and he does things that are worth mentioning on the other side of the world. But for some of the things he says and does, he doesn't seem like the smartest guy. Now, I'm not saying he's got to be a doctor, a lawyer, a rocket scientist, or whatever you deem to be a profession worthy of tremendous intelligence. But at the same time, like, come on, you can do better with the stuff that you're doing and saying out here. So you're going to sit here, demand 4 years, $200 million, fully guaranteed, and then get upset when your employer wants to put stipulations in place to make sure you earn the money? Yeah, whatever. That doesn't sound right. So you got that going on. And then allegedly, like, there were big talks about it during the offseason that he was trying to get to the Lakers. And I suppose he would love to go to the Lakers now. I believe he's got a no trade clause. I'm not quite sure about that, but I believe he does. Anyway, it looks like he's trying to get back to the Lakers now. Obviously, LeBron would love that, because LeBron wants to get rid of Westbrook, who clearly he's the reason Westbrook is there. We're not even going to get into that. And of course, he wants to, playing at the highest level we've ever seen anyone play at age 38, which is a fact, but it's incomplete. But again, not going to get into that. It's not about LeBron today. Quick note, another side note. LeBron, I believe now, is 63 points away from passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer in regular season NBA history. So it's going to happen probably within the next game or two, or the next 2 games. And so a lot of credit due to LeBron for that. I have my own thoughts on, big parts of the reasoning on why and how that's come about, but now is not the time to espouse those. So when LeBron does pass that, I'm definitely going to come on here and do a show and just kind of run through it and give him his flowers, because he's going to deserve it. Tremendous award. And he may well put that record out of reach, because it looks like he's not interested in retiring anytime soon. So he's probably got a couple years left. But anyway, back to Kyrie Irving. Looks like he wants to get to LA. I'm sure he'd love that. He doesn't have to be the guy. He let LeBron do the heavy lifting and kind of play alongside him. He knows that their games mesh, because we've seen it, and LeBron would love that, because he always loves any chance to grease the skids and get him closer to winning another championship, which in my estimation does not at all change the fact that he's not the greatest player of all time. He's had arguably the greatest career of all time, maybe, but he's not the greatest player of all time. Anyway, so Kyrie Irving probably wants to get to LA, has demanded a trade, doesn't want to do, but who is going to give Kyrie Irving the money that he's looking for, knowing and having seen what kind of a cantankerous problem he can be? I wouldn't if I was an owner, and I don't think too many owners are there in terms of what he's looking for. Now, again, and NBA is and always will be, has and always will be a players' league. But at the same time, owners didn't get to be billionaires by making stupid decisions, for the most part. Those guys are very interested in keeping their money. So, I'll leave it there. I guess my question for you would be, do you think Kyrie is worth the money that he's looking for? Do you think he's going to get it anywhere? Do you think the Nets should cave in and trade him? I absolutely do not. at some point these owners got to put their foot down and say, listen, you're an employee, a tremendously valued employee, but I run this, you do not. So yeah, do you think that Joe Tsai and the Nets should give Kyrie what he's looking for? Do you think any other owner should give him what he's looking for? Do you think he's a cancer? Leave your comments in the comment section, whether it's on your audio platform or right here on YouTube, and can't wait to see you next time. And I'm out. Peace.